Hi guys, it's Shell with Creative Shell Bear, Little Acres Creations. I'm sure you noticed that I changed my name on the YouTube channel, and mainly that was because I wanted people to connect Creative Shell Bear with Little Acres Creations. So you will notice a name change. Today I'm just showing you how to emboss on a jar or a candy dish. This is a candy dish. And the first thing you want to do, of course, is wash it. And I have found that using a baby wipe just on the embossing where you're planning on embossing is a good, it actually worked really well. I used it on the lid, which I'll show you later. And then a powder tool. Well, you know, knowing me, I don't have a powder tool. So what I'm using is cornstarch. And I just put some in a little jar and, or in a little bowl, and I just dip my big paintbrush in that, and then I just do that over really well. So on this particular one, we are going to use Mr. Nuts, my newest stamp set. So we're going to use Mr. Nuts, and he's going right here on the front of the jar. So you're just going to do this like you would do any other, make sure I have my area, like you would do any other embossing. You just want to go ahead and use your Versamark or whatever ink you choose to use, and you're just going to put it on your glass. The thing to remember is that glass is very slick, so you want to kind of be cautious as you go. And with this one, there's a shape to it, and we're just going to roll it. And you can kind of see the imprint. If you don't like the imprint, just start the process all over again. Go with your baby wipe, then your powder, then your... So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think his little foot is cut off, but that doesn't bother me because I kind of want this to be an organic looking little jar. But look how good that did. I have a little extra embossing powder right by his tail, but pretty much the imprint turned out really well. I don't know if you guys can see it. There he is. So he turned out really well, so we're just going to use our heat gun with that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of estimate it. Like I said, again, it doesn't really bother me if it's perfect or not, because this is just a fun container. Okay, so I'm going to say it's about right there. Again, you just want to be cautious when you put it on there. And you really only want to do it once, otherwise it could really smear. So I did that. His foot's cut off again. That's okay with me though, it doesn't bother me that much. Okay. So I'm just using a really fine black embossing powder. You kind of see, kind of gets in his face pretty good, you know, and that his eyes and stuff are really hard to clear out and stuff. If you have like a tiny tool or a really teeny tiny paintbrush, you could kind of clean out around his eyes. I'm not going to worry about that because I think the gist of him is there. And again, this is just a fun gift. Okay, can you see him? He turned out pretty cute. Let's see, there you go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the largest nut that I had. Okay, so I was working on the last remaining side and I cleaned it with my, you can't really tell, but it's empty. I cleaned it with my, let me use some tissue to put it in here. It's blank. I cleaned it with my baby wipe and then my powder and wiped it off and everything. And I got to thinking how fun it would be to put a sentiment on it. So what I'm doing is, this is my stamp set, Mr. Nuts, and this is available at my stamp store, littleacrescreations.com. But so what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and use a sentiment because I thought that would be cute. So I'm going to use the one that says I'm nuts about you, and I'm going to put that in the center, and then I'm just going to put some of the nuts like I did on the other side over here. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these nuts on this side so you guys can see it. Okay, and our container is now complete, and I just put the I'm nuts about you and surrounded it with some nuts. And there's our little Mr. Nuts, our little squirrel. And then on the other side I just did some nuts and another squirrel. So this is the one piece. And then on this one, I don't know if you can see it very well, it was the lid, and I just put nuts all the way around it. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're just going to decorate the lid, and I just have this yellow satin ribbon. And let me move that out of the way, see if we can. What I'm going to do is, I just want to make a bow, and this is a piece of ribbon that I am repurposing. So it's kind of crinkled and stuff, but I think once it's together it'll look just fine. And tying them into a really pretty bow. And before I tighten that, I have this gold metallic thread, and I just want to stick this through. And this is how I'm going to attach it to my lid, because I don't want it coming off. You could certainly glue it down. Okay, so we just got that in, and that's just how I wanted to attach it to my lid. Okay, and I'm just going to tie that on like that. Okay, so I have this little button, and I'm just going to put him on the front of our little bow. I just thought that would be cute, and I have so many nut items and squirrel items, so it's kind of fun to be able to use them up. So I'm just using a pop dot. You could certainly use hot glue gun or, you know, something like that if you wanted to. Okay, and then I made a cute little tag, and all I did is I just used the same stamp set, and I just stamped into my black ink, which I used the Distress ink. And I'm going to use the same twine that I used on the little button, and I just did 3 strands. And I'll show you that. There we go. And then I'm just going to trim it just to make them even. Okay, and then where we had our extra string here, got stuck to my button. Okay, I'm just going to use this, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, I'm just going to tie this in a bow around the tag, just at the top of the tag. There we go. That way we're kind of using every piece that we have, and it just brings it all together. Isn't that so cute? I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom out and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is our finished project. It has the squirrel, it has the little bow with the little acorn on it. It has our little tag. And this is all just from a glass jar I picked up at Hobby Lobby a few, probably years ago. If you have mason jars that are flat, the ones that I have writing all the way around them, so I needed something flat. You know, this is thinking outside the box, embossing on glass. You can emboss on wood, you know, just different things besides card or cardstock. What do you guys think? I think it is so cute. And, you know, this is probably going to be a Christmas present. And can you imagine? Can you figure out what I'm going to put inside? Anyways, I think it's really cute. I hope you guys liked it. Run over to the stamp store and get a set of these really cute stamps if you're interested in the stamp set. Also, please come over to Facebook and join us at Little Acres Creations on Facebook. We're having a contest this month from May the 1st to the 31st. Just recreating anything on my YouTube channel or making anything from either of the stamp sets that I have. I have 2 now. Yeah, so just head on over there. We'd love to have you over there. We're having a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.